Hey guys, it's Joe B, and this is a quick video about making your own underarm deodorant. And I can't use traditional underarm deodorants because they cause a red rash, and I won't use antiperspirants because they have undesirable chemicals. So let's take a look at a few that I've got here. This is an antiperspirant, and if you look at the active ingredient, it says aluminum zirconium. Aluminum zirconium is, well, literally a derivative of aluminum, and there have been studies made of patients who had Alzheimer's. They contained large amounts of aluminum in their brains after having their autopsies done. So although the antiperspirant works for me, the aluminum zirconium, I really don't want to end up with dementia or schizophrenia or Alzheimer's as a result of using that year after year. And the reason why I can't use the deodorants is, if you look at the active ingredient here on the deodorant, there it is, ingredients. It contains something called dipropylene glycol. Okay, and this one here also has, I don't know if you can read it that easily, but there it is, the first ingredient, propylene glycol. But what that is it bolsters the deodorant's ability to be absorbed into the skin, so the fragrances and everything are more absorbed into the skin level more easily using that. Unfortunately, that causes a skin rash for me. I get red rashes if I use it for a couple of days or more, so I can't use those deodorants. So in the next segment, I'm going to show you the blend that I use to mix up a homemade underarm deodorant that actually works better than the antiperspirant. So stay tuned here. I'm back with the ingredients that we're going to use for the homemade deodorant, and here they are. Just regular baking soda. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of that. Cornstarch. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of that. Or you can also use something called arrowroot powder too. Cornstarch is easier to get your hands on. And this is the active ingredient right here. Coconut oil. Coconut oil at, I'd say, about 70-72 degrees solidifies. So if you need to, heat it up in the microwave for 10 seconds, not long at all. And then it'll become liquid form, and it's more malleable, you can work with it then. So here's what I'm going to do. Got my container here. I'm going to measure out a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. I mean, I could probably skip forward here, but this is more fun. We're just going to do this together. Alright, just find the 1/4 cup mark here. There we go. It doesn't have to be exact, but it has to be, right about a 1/4 cup. Pour it into your mixing container. Boom. That's the cornstarch. Okay. Baking soda, 1/4 cup. Let's pour this out in here. Right up to the 1/4 cup line. 1/4, 1/4 cup. Pour that right in. Alright. Now we want 7 spoons of coconut oil. Teaspoons. Now this is hard, so I'm just going to eyeball it right here. Let's see. That's going to be about 1.5. Let's see, 1, 2, that's 3. This is hard form, so it's not going to line up right exact. That's probably about 5 right there. Let's get some of these crumbs sticking to the spoon. There we go. And 6. 6 looks good actually right here. If it was warm, it would line up on the spoon a little better, but that should do. Now I'm gonna go microwave this for 10 seconds, and I'm gonna stir it. Alright. Here we go. And actually, here's a fun tip too, is if you're in a rush and you have not made any, you can rub this coconut oil right on your skin. Take a little bit in your hand. Just take a little bit in your hand and rub it right onto your skin. and it'll do the same trick. It just isn't that much of a paste at that point. It's an oil, okay? Just imagine rubbing baby oil on your skin and you'll have an idea about how that works, but it still keeps you clean and it still smells nice. Alright. I think I might have gone a little bit overboard with the coconut oil. If that happens, you can always add a little bit more baking soda, cornstarch, in order to bring it to a little bit thicker texture. So this is going to be runny mainly because the coconut oil is warmed up to room temperature now. Skin temperature will cause it to turn into liquid form. So if you put it on your skin, it's going to turn liquid. I'm going to pour a little bit more cornstarch in there just to help it solidify up. Okay. Just a couple drops of cornstarch. There we go. Just a little bit more starch. Okay. Oh boy, one of my little guys got his toy taken away, I think. Alright, there we go. Stir, 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 stir. Now, you can use an electric hand mixer on this, but I wouldn't go longer than 5 or 10 seconds because you don't want it to get all emulsified and turn into glue. You just want it to be mixed. So that's going to be good right there. Now, for the final step, I've already got a nice empty container here, and I'm just going to pour it right into here. You can even leave the last little bit of your old deodorant at the bottom as kind of like a stopper, so it doesn't leak out. That could work really well. Okay. Oh, it's leaking, it's leaking. There we go. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to put the top on, and I'm going to go put this in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Because I want it to harden up into stick form. And refrigerator temperatures are cool enough for the coconut oil to do that. So I will check back with you in a couple hours when this thing is hardened up. And I'll show you the finished product. Alright, it's Joe B, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I got the thing out of the fridge. And here it is now that it's solidified and it's not liquid anymore. And then you want to flex the container itself, maybe hit it a couple of times, and then work the wheel. Don't break the wheel, but work it real careful until it comes up just like a normal deodorant would. Once you start turning it, you'll see it start to rise up, and then you can apply it. And there you go. Homemade.